bitch lied to Gayle King, bitch. First of all, I didn't know that bitch was even gonna ask me about that shit. Bitch was always gonna talk about this shooting. Why'd you ask me about Tory? That's not what this is about. Like once, maybe twice on a drunk night, bitch, you kept catching me out of my fucking mind.
Wow. Did you have an intimate relationship with him? Like, yeah. Did you have...
Tory's lawyer passionately argues that this one lie shifted the entire narrative around the 2020 incident. Did Megan Thee Stallion lie about her relationship with Tory Lanez during the 2020 shooting scandal? Well, Tory's lawyer now claims she did. And if the latest courtroom revelations are anything to go by, we might finally be seeing the pieces of this story fall into place. Here's why Megan's 2020 statements and that infamous Gayle King interview might not be what they seem.
Ridiculous thought that a woman is just to be simply believed at the point of accusation. Specifically, usually it's towards sexual assault allegations, but it absolutely applied within this case.
According to Tory Lanez's lawyer, one major issue here is that Megan lied about not having a romantic relationship with Tory. This lie, allegedly, wasn't just about keeping personal matters private. It had a ripple effect, framing the entire story differently. Now, you might wonder, why lie about something like that? By allegedly hiding her true relationship with Tory, Megan might have painted a very different picture of what went down that night. Tory's legal team argues that by denying a romantic connection, Megan shaped public perception to see her as an innocent bystander, caught off guard. Tory's lawyer claims this was no coincidence. He believes it was a calculated move to influence how the media and maybe even the justice system viewed her.
But in answer to your question, why is she talking about it now? As you see, it's been 2 years. You also see that she is extremely emotional. This is still a lot of pain for her. And I think it is just getting to her, the stories out there that people don't believe her.
To make things worse, this all came to a head during her interview with Gayle King. Megan adamantly denied any romantic relationship with Tory, claiming they were just friends. Yet court documents and statements released hint at a different story. Tory's lawyer points out that this lie was significant because if their relationship was more than platonic, it could drastically change the context of their argument that night. Now here's where it gets intense. Imagine if you're part of the jury or even just a spectator. If Megan's story on her relationship status is potentially untrue, then what else could she be hiding? Tory's team is banking on these doubts to prove that Megan's account of the night may not be entirely accurate. It's worth noting that if her credibility is called into question over something seemingly small, it could open the door for more skepticism around other claims in this case.
And if I'm on trial for something and the jury's like, I don't know who to believe, that's why I want to do
reasonable doubt. That's the whole point of the trial is reasonable doubt.
Right.
Only one juror has to basically just feel like...
But here's another twist. Tory's legal team argues that this alleged lie could have influenced the sympathy Megan initially received in the media. From social media platforms to headlines, Megan became the face of victims standing up against violence in relationships, especially within the hip-hop industry. Tory's side argues that if the public knew the truth, people might have questioned the nature of the altercation more closely, rather than taking her story at face value. Of course, it's crucial to remember that none of this is confirmed. It's all part of Tory Lanez's defense strategy. Megan's team has maintained her original story, dismissing any allegations that she misled the public. But if Tory's lawyer can cast even a sliver of doubt, it could influence the court's final decision. So, as this story unfolds, keep an eye out for what's next. This case might have seemed clear-cut at first, but these new revelations make it anything but straightforward. Do you think these new claims will impact how people view Megan's side of the story? Stay tuned for more updates on this ongoing case. And don't miss our next video.
On the damn Super Bowl. There's no reason why Lil Wayne should not be performing the Super Bowl. There's one person who's stopping this. I know, it's not really a secret. Lil Wayne had a problem with somebody before who's kind of part of the organization running it. This is payback. Who's that? Who's Lil Wayne artist? Drake.
That moment I said to myself, I want to be on stage for the Super Bowl one day in front of my mom. And I worked my off to get that position, and it was ripped away from me. But this moment right here, they can't take that, man. They can't take that from me. Ladies and gentlemen, make some noise for yourself for being amazing. Music.
Alright fam, this one is wild cause Lil Wayne just took the stage at Lil Louisiana Fest and finally addressed what we've all been wondering about, his beef with Jay-Z. And y'all, it's not just some little disagreement, okay? This is real, raw betrayal. Imagine, right there, in his hometown of New Orleans, Wayne spilled his heart out, revealing how his dream got snatched from him by none other than Jay-Z himself. This is such a mess, and we've got to talk about it.
You do this, bro?
To give you guys some context, Jay-Z's Rock Nation works hand in hand with the NFL to pick who gets the Super Bowl halftime spotlight. So yeah, Jay's pulling strings, and for 2025, they went with Kendrick Lamar. Now don't get me wrong, Kendrick's a beast, but with the event happening in New Orleans, I mean, if anyone should be lighting up that stage, it's Lil Wayne. So when Wayne said, "I worked my ache off for this," you know he's feeling that betrayal deep. But y'all, it doesn't even stop there, because right after Kendrick got the nod, Nicki Minaj jumped on that app that used to be Twitter to air it all out. She didn't hold back, y'all. Nicki straight up accused Jay-Z of letting personal beef mess with Wayne's career. She claimed Jay's issues with Birdman, Drake, and yes, even her, led him to sideline Wayne from what was supposed to be his moment, even adding that Jay was letting his ego decide who's in and who's out. The drama. And before I forget, Nicki reminded everyone of how Wayne has always been about the music, not the money or fame. Y'all know Nicki rides at dawn for Wayne, cause Wayne paved the way, giving her and Drake that first platform, featuring on her mixtapes, taking her on tour. No contracts, no hidden agendas, just pure love for hip-hop. And honestly, she's got a point. Wayne's influence is unmatched. He didn't just shape the game, he changed it. We're talking about the GOAT, the guy who inspired so many to rock those tats and locks. But let's go back to Lil Wayne, standing on that New Orleans stage during the recent Lil Louisiana Fest. He threw jabs at Jay-Z, chest thumping that no one can take this moment from him, even if Jay and Rock Nation tried to take the Super Bowl from him. That's real hurt right there, fam. Wayne's voice was heavy, and if you watch the clip, you can feel the disappointment. But the love from his fans, you could tell it lifted him up right there in the moment.
That moment I said to myself, I want to be on stage for the Super Bowl one day in front of my mom. And I worked my off to get that position, and it was ripped away from me. But this moment right here, they can't take that, man. They can't take that from me.
So y'all, here's the tea. We've got betrayal, heartbreak, and hip-hop legends clashing over what should have been a celebration. Could this mark the end of an era of alliances in hip-hop, or just another chapter in Jay-Z and Wayne's complicated history? Only time will tell, but stick around for more Hollywood tea.